Hey guys, Metal Viking 82 here, back with a new Viking Orations. Got another review for you today, and this time I'm going to be talking about an album that I have been highly anticipating. I know I've said that about some of the other ones that I've reviewed, but this one has been, when it was announced, it has been one that I've been probably the most anxious to hear, and that is the brand new album from the band Sojourner entitled Gateways, due out July 10th through Avant Garde Music. And if you're not familiar with Sojourner, they are an international, epic, atmospheric metal band with members based in New Zealand and Sweden. Been around since 2014, featuring Ricardo Floridia on drums, Mike Wilson handling the bass. He is a former member of Lysithia. He also has his project Miasmata, among others. You have Mike Lamb handling guitars, keyboards, and piano. He is also an ex-member of Lysithia. He also has another project, Lightfield Reverie, among others. Heike Langens, hopefully I pronounced your name right. If not, I apologize. Handling vocals. She is a former member of Draconian, which is what she's most famous for. She's also in Lightfield Reverie with Mike, among others. And finally, Emilio Crespo handling lead vocals. He, of course, was also in the band Nangalima. This is the band's fourth full-length album. It is 7 tracks, just a little over 47 minutes in length. And, I've pretty much been there from the beginning of this band, having become friends with Emilio through YouTube, and then eventually becoming friends with Mike as well. So it's really been amazing to see this band grow and mature from, this atmospheric black metal band that was getting, likened to Summoning into an entity all its own. They've really honed their craft, and they really broke free from the shackles of a genre label, I feel, to form a sound that's distinctly Sojourner. And, after a 6-year wait, we did get one EP at one point. 6 years between albums. I think they have delivered some of their best work yet. Ricardo's drum production and performance on here is solid, and he keeps things really interesting with his patterns, rolls, and fills, and not really one-dimensional. He hits with authority and command of his drums. His double bass and his blast beats are always on point, and at times they're fast as hell, so you get that aggression to go along with the melody and precision that he has. Having left the band in 2021 and finally returning to the fold in 2024, Mike Wilson, I think, turns in a very solid bass performance that gives these songs real heft with his thick and heavy tone. And while his bass is not too out front in the mix on here, he definitely makes his presence felt. And there are times throughout this album where they've kind of slow things down just a little bit, and it seems like his bass kind of comes forward in the mix just a little bit more. Co-founder, along with Emilio, Mike Lamb, plays multiple instruments on this thing, but it's his guitar work that really drives things on this album. It's got this, heavy, crunchy tone to them. You get lots of these kind of November Doomish sounding grooves on here, and while he keeps things mostly mid-pace, you do get those nice fast tremolos at points, and at times those tremolos could even sound very dissonant. His guitar, playing on here, it's heavy, but with plenty of melody and hooks as well, without sounding overproduced or polished at all. You get into track number 4, Occultation. That riff at 4:52, when it mixes with Emilio's growls over the top, just sounds absolutely sinister, I have to say. Of course, you get the black metal style riffs on here, but again, at times you get more doom laden riffs. You get these gothic metal style riff sections as well. So, it's a very multi-dimensional affair here. It's not just, sticking to this, atmospheric tremolos and, just creating that atmosphere. He goes for aggression. He goes for melody. So it's very multi-dimensional. He doesn't just stick to one style, and I love that about his playing. Mike, in addition to his really killer riffing on here, provides the keys and the pianos for this album, and I gotta say, the way he plays and utilizes them on here is just absolutely perfect and never over the top, never overdone. They never outstay their welcome or anything. And when you combine with the other instruments on this album, such as the tin whistle, which has pretty much made an appearance on every album that this band has ever put out, it just really they just really help to create so much atmosphere and so much emotion throughout this entire album. I just love his playing on the keys and the piano here. I think Emilio's vocals have only gotten stronger with each release. His harsh, blackened screams have both power and clarity to them. And, the way he just seamlessly switches between those and his equally powerful growls, which, sometimes he does that even mid-sentence, which is, it's amazing to listen to, because I sure as hell know I couldn't do it, but he just does it like it's nothing. And like I said, he's just gotten better and better with every release that he has been on. Newest member Heike's vocals are just, they're both beautiful and serene, but also have, they're just powerful as well. She's got such power and beauty to her voice, and I think they juxtapose beautifully with Emilio's harsher style vocals. I like the fact that she takes on kind of a lead vocal role at times, because there's times that she starts things out and you'll have mostly her vocals, and then Emilio will step in and everything. I like that, because it not only gives us more of an opportunity to actually hear her voice and how beautiful and powerful that it is, but also I think it shows, how respected her talents are as a vocalist, that they would let her do that. Some of the things that I picked up while I was listening to this album, which there's just so much to take in when you're listening to a Sojourner album. The lead off track, Dawn Rays, excuse me. About 5 minutes into that song, there is a section where it's just the piano playing, and then it is soon joined by like a violin. I think it's a violin. I've heard people say it could be a viola, but to me, it sounds just like a violin. But, that joins in, and then Heike's her serene vocals, come in over top, and it just sends chills down your spine. I mean, it sent the same chill down my spine as when I listened to their first album. There was a song on there that the title is completely escaping me right now. It's early in the morning when I'm doing this. But I got that same feeling as soon as I heard that, just that instant chill down my spine. And every time that section came on, as much as I have listened to this, I got that same reaction to it. Then the following track, and it's so funny because both of these happened around the things that I picked out happened around the same time in the song, and it all has to do with the piano. But the second track, And the Paintings Fall, this is probably my favorite song on this album. The haunting piano that mixes with the sounds of thunder rolling in the background at about 5 minutes into the song. It just hits you with this somber emotion, especially once the violin joins in. It's just like, oh. It's just so somber sounding. It's so sad sounding. It just really, hits you right there. Track number 6, Vardenfell. I loved the opening sequence to this song because it sounds completely different to how the band has been sounding, and eventually it does go into business as usual. But when I was listening to that little section, I couldn't help but think of bands like, Falkenbach or, Lord Wind. It sounds like something you would hear off of one of their albums. Honestly, when it comes to Sojourner, they create the kind of music that makes you think of stuff like Lord of the Rings or Braveheart, with their, kind of epic, folkish stylings mixed with the aggression of heavy metal, and all of its different factions. Like I said, you get black metal, death metal, doom metal, gothic metal. They don't just stick to one thing. They combine everything to make a Sojourner sound. Track number 5, Epitaphs. That is a perfect example of what I am talking about, because it has the way they use the tin whistle in this song. I mean, it's used underneath this really heavy groove about 1:46 into the song. That combination right there just really stirs something in you when you're listening to it. And again, you get a nice epic riff at about 5:06. So you listen to those things and you just feel like you're kind of transported to like a Lord of the Rings setting or some kind of epic, I don't know. It's some epic place, some far away place. It just kind of transports you and just stirs kind of emotion in you. Overall, I think this band is really yet to disappoint me. I can be honest about that. They have yet to disappoint me at all. It may have taken them 6 years, but we finally get a brand new album, and one that was, I think, really worth the wait, as they've returned in just top form here. And honestly, this band has traversed many obstacles. I mean, from lineup changes to, stuff in their personal lives. It got to the point, I guess, where this band potentially could have been no more. And that would have been a really sad day, because I'm always down for some new Sojourner music. But, this band persevered, and they put all the stuff that they went through into this music, and they crafted just an epic beast of an album. I think this is, no shit, probably one of the most serious album of the year contenders for me. I absolutely love this album. I cannot wait to pick up a copy, I should say. I was very excited when I was, had the chance to, get a promo for this and listen to this album. I mean, as soon as it hit, I was just like, oh my God, I cannot believe I am this lucky. And yeah, it was everything that I expected from this band. Yeah, that is going to do it. Go check out Sojourner. I will be leaving a link down below so you can check out the band for yourself. Order yourself a copy. Of course, Avant-Garde being overseas, they do have a U.S. distributor, and I guess they said also the man that runs Avant-Garde said that they will be getting, you can get it through like Walmart and Amazon, things like that, so it will be available. But I will leave a link down to the band's Bandcamp. Go check this new, the singles out for this new album. Like I said, this drops July 10th, 9.5 out of 10 from me. Thank you so much for watching and subscribing, and until next time, stay brutal.